Our minds are vast and mysterious places, filled with thoughts, memories that make us who we are. But not all of these rooms are open for us to visit whenever we please. Some are locked away, hidden from our daily view. Inside these hidden rooms, our minds store feelings, experiences that were once too painful to face. This process is called repression. It is a quiet, unconscious act of self-preservation, a way the mind tries to protect us from overwhelming pain. It builds a wall around a memory, allowing us to carry on with our lives, seemingly untouched by what happened. A long time ago, a thoughtful man named Sigmund Freud gave us a map to this hidden world. To understand how the mind hides its pain, we must look at two of its most skilled guardians, repression and denial. While they often work together, they are not the same. Repression is an unconscious act. It happens without our permission. The mind simply takes a threatening memory and stores it somewhere beyond the reach of our conscious thought, like sinking a heavy chest to the bottom of the ocean. We are not even aware that the memory is there. The silence it leaves behind can be profound, creating gaps in our life story that we cannot explain. Modern science has begun to lift the veil on the mind's hidden processes, giving us a clearer picture of what happens inside the brain during a traumatic experience. Neuroscience shows us that repression is not just a poetic idea, it has a biological basis. When we face overwhelming fear or stress, our brain's chemistry and structure can change. Key areas involved in memory, like the hippocampus and the amygdala, are profoundly affected. The amygdala, our brain's alarm system, goes into overdrive, flagging the experience as a life-threatening danger. Meanwhile, the hippocampus is responsible for organizing memories and placing them in context, and can become impaired. By preventing the formation of a clear, integrated memory, the brain tries to protect the conscious self from having to relive the full, unbearable horror of the event. For years, even decades, the walls of repression can hold firm. A person can build a life, find success, and appear perfectly well-adjusted on the surface, while a significant part of their past remains locked away. They may feel a vague sense of unease, a quiet sadness they cannot name, but these walls are not permanent. They can be breached. Triggers can be a particular smell, a song on the radio, the look on a stranger's face, a divorce, the loss of a job. Suddenly, defenses crumble and hidden trauma floods into consciousness. Consider a composed executive. During a tense meeting, a colleague raises his voice. The angry voice triggers a full-blown panic attack. The mind may try to forget, but the body has a perfect memory. This powerful idea, often summarized as "the body keeps the score," reminds us it's not just psychological, it's physiological. When the mind pushes away a painful experience, the emotional energy doesn't vanish. It becomes trapped in the body, stored in the nervous system, the muscles, the cells. The autonomic nervous system controls involuntary functions like heart rate, digestion, breathing, and is particularly vulnerable. Trauma can lock it into constant high alert, a perpetual fight, flight, or freeze. The adrenal glands may overproduce stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline. Over time, chronic arousal wears the body down, compromises the immune system, leading to illness, inflammation, chronic fatigue. Sleep is often disturbed. Repressed trauma can cause insomnia or nightmares, not always literal replays, but filled with terror and helplessness. Discovering that a silent saboteur has been at work within you can be a daunting realization, but it is also the beginning of a profound journey toward healing. Therapy is the primary and most effective pathway for this work. A skilled and compassionate therapist provides a safe, confidential space where the walls of repression can be gently dismantled, piece by piece, at a pace that feels manageable. Traditional talk therapy can be incredibly powerful, exploring one's life story, noticing recurring patterns, and giving voice to long-silenced feelings. Modern approaches recognize talking alone is sometimes not enough. Therapies like somatic experiencing and sensoromotor psychotherapy engage the body directly. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing uses bilateral stimulation to help the brain store traumatic memories correctly. Instead of a present-day threat, The memory is refiled as something that is over. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps challenge beliefs that grew out of traumatic experiences. With support, difficult moments lead to profound relief and liberation. Survivors often feel lighter, more present, more connected. The goal is not to forget, but to transform memory into wisdom and resilience. As our understanding of the brain and trauma deepens, the tools we use to facilitate healing are also evolving. Artificial intelligence can analyze session transcripts to identify key themes and track progress over time. It also powers tools that support between sessions, guided meditations, journaling prompts, cognitive exercises. Virtual reality creates controlled environments to gradually face and process fears. Neuropsychoanalysis bridges mind and brain, validating healing on a neural level and refining therapies. Imagine a wearable that nudges a breathing exercise before overwhelm. These aren't magic bullets. They enhance the human bond that heals. The journey into the hidden rooms of the mind is one of the most courageous a person can take. It begins with a simple, powerful act: awareness. It is the moment you recognize that intense reactions, unexplained anxieties, patterns of self-destruction might be echoes of a past you cannot fully remember. This first step opens the door to healing and transforms the silent saboteur from an adversary into a guide. This journey is rarely walked alone. The support of a trusted therapist, a loving partner, a close friend, a support group can be the anchor you need. The ultimate goal is not to be untouched by the past, but not defined by it. To turn burden into strength, empathy, wisdom. By integrating the darkest parts of your story, you become more whole, more authentic, more capable of living the full spectrum of life. Have the courage to be curious about your inner world. Seek help when you need it. Be gentle with yourself. By facing what we have hidden, we do not break. We become stronger. And at last, we come home.